Welcome back to Real Milwaukee. You know, it's a new year, and often we reflect on our past experiences and set a new course.
Life coach Julie O'Keefe joining us this morning to talk about that course and specifically creating healthy boundaries. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Coming.
We were talking about where to start and being honest with yourself, and so you've got some questions that everyone at home, and this is kind of spans all areas of life, should sit down and really ask themselves, right?
Right, exactly. I think, you know, especially with the new year, we have resolutions or we have goals, and if we're already busy 24/7, then how do we carve out time and space and respect that so that we can be good to ourselves? Right. And it really means you need to start looking at where am I maybe doing things wrong and then be honest about fixing it.
Right. Okay, so the first question, and this is a good one, what am I putting up with?
Right, so.
What or who?
What, yeah.
Well, that's exactly right.
Yes.
You know, we have kids who talk back and don't do their chores. We have people that interrupt us at work all the time, and we just let them do it. We have moms who call us at work or at home when we're busy, and they just talk on and on and on. So we don't have to put up with those things, but sometimes we don't realize that.
But a lot of times, as we were talking just before we started, we are so appropriate. As women, we've been raised to be good girls and to be polite and all of that. And I think we completely betray ourselves, but we're also creatures of habit. How do you really begin to change after asking yourself that question?
Exactly. So if we're trying to be appropriate, and you know, so we don't want to be rude to our mom, even though that's the third time she's called today. You have to ask yourself, well, what is it that I'm worried about doing? Okay, I'm worried about offending her. Well, would it be rude? Start to question the beliefs that you have and that you were raised with.
Right.
So, okay, maybe it wouldn't be rude, but maybe because you're a little bit frustrated, it would come across as rude. So you have to take a couple of days and practice with yourself or practice with a friend, and maybe that person will give you some perspective. Oh yeah, I tell my friends all the time, oh, I can't wait to hear about your evening last night. I have 5 minutes, so we can either do it now or later, but you got my full attention for 5 minutes.
So you started off that way.
Right.
You
say
set
that.
it up. Yeah.
All right, here's a good one, and this is going to be troublesome for a lot of people. Where am I overextending myself?
Right. And especially with having a new baby coming.
You were warning me. This is true.
Right, right. And you know, we play so many roles in life. First we're, you know, a daughter, and then we're an employee and a spouse and a mom and a volunteer and a board member. So we take on all these roles and we try to do them all really well. And at some point, you know, we're worried about disappointing everybody. And you have to then decide, okay, well, what would be okay? Would it be okay to not be treasurer for my organization next year? Maybe someone else can step in. So the first thing is realizing that it's happening. And often it's our spouses that see it and we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, can actually call you on it. So you should listen to that and the cues, take that from.
And learn to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's often someone else that can do something. You don't always have to be the person in charge of carpool.
There's always someone else who can do something.
Right.
Really.
Or maybe something doesn't even need to get done. I know someone who, she's the youngest member of an organization, and they keep telling her, if you leave this organization, it's going to die.
Oh my, that's a lot of pressure.
Right.
It is right. Well, maybe it's supposed to die. Maybe if she's the only one that's putting anything into it, it's time for it to die.
That's true.
Exactly.
All right, what am I not attending to in my own life?
Right, so if you're overextended, if things are out of balance, if you don't draw a line in the sand with your kids and they're talking back, you may not be able to meet your own needs and attend to your own needs. So if you're doing all your kids' chores because they won't do them, well, now you don't get enough sleep because you're staying up late at night. You're not respecting your need for sleep.
Right.
If you're on all these committees in the evening and going to meetings, you may not be respecting your need for your friendships. Maybe you've let those go a little bit. So once you pull back in, what are the needs that you need to look at? If someone's interrupting you at work all the time and you're tolerating that, your need to be understood and to contribute may not be getting met. And often there is something that we're kind of angry about, and it's often an unmet need. So before you look at what your goals are for 2012, like I want to be able to do this that's new and this that's new, why don't you look at what needs aren't being met first?
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome,
Good
awesome,
advice.
awesome. All right, well, 4 lucky viewers are going to have an opportunity to win an $80 coupon towards 4 coaching appointments with Julie. Just email us at chuck@realmilwaukeenow.com. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming. And stay tuned, because after 77 years, he said, I'm out of this. What makes a 99-year-old man file divorce papers and pack his stuff? We're going to talk about that next.